Hello, Pisces. My name is Missy, and I'm here to do the bullshit and the blessings for the week of July 25th through August 15th. I'm going to go ahead and get straight into my disclaimer. So these readings are meant to be timeless and general in nature. If the details fit for your situation, the reading is meant for you. But if they do not, please do not try to make them fit, as that will do more harm than good. I am not a doctor, lawyer, or accountant. If you need advice in any of those areas, please consult a professional, and please do not do something simply because I suggested or talk about it in one of these meetings. You are an adult who has responsibility for your own life. Please use that responsibility to your advantage. With that, we're going to get right into the reading. We've got the song Way Less Sad by AJR playing in the background. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some general messages with the Oracle deck. We'll get details with the Tarot deck, and then we'll go into a pick a card with this other Tarot deck here. And this pick a card is going to be for romantic energies only. So if you're here at this reading and you're asking about friends or family, that's going to come through in the general portion of the reading or with the charms. But if you're asking about a romantic situation, that will come through specifically with the pick a card section of this reading. Okay, so with that said, we're going to move this out of the way and go ahead and get started. Okay, so we have the elements, number 16. It says, remember to feel the warmth pushing through her womb. You are a child of mother. True harmony awaits you. And then you have intuition, which is the number 23 on the bottom of the deck. So this says, you hold the answers. You know the truths. Ancient ones await behind the doors of the mind. This feels very, it talks about mother and the womb and intuition, the ancient ones. So this feels very like ancestral. Oh, we've got mischief. Hold on. Okay. So for those Pisces out there who are parents, I think there might be something happening with some sort of mischief, maybe surrounding your kids, like something. If it's not your kids getting into mischief, there's somebody around you who's a little less mature that might be getting into some sort of trouble, and you need to pay attention to it. This mischief card says, keep your eyelids open and sight sharp as nails, for there is something trailing behind your tail. So basically there's something hidden in your blind spot that you are not paying attention to, and that's why this intuition card is calling your attention to it. Someone's doing something hinky. Look at, now we have silence. I feel like whatever this hinkiness is, don't say anything about it. At least not until you have the proof that, or, the receipts to back it up, right? Like, but whatever it is, just reading it, calling your attention to it. They want you to really pay attention to how your body feels, the quick thoughts and impressions and gut feeling. Excuse me, I have the hiccups. The gut feelings that you have, because they're actually giving you more information than what you might realize. All right, so let's go ahead and get some details. Oh, well, there we go. That's what's happening, and I feel like this one is an extra one that wants to come out. Okay, and we've got the High Priestess on the bottom of the deck. So now we've got the Eight of Wands, the Temperance card, and the Death card. Okay, so the Eight of Wands, or excuse me, it's not the Eight of Wands, it's the Eight of Pentacles. I'm not sure why I was seeing it as the Eight of Wands, but that could be important, meaning, you have to have a discussion. But I again, remember the silent card on the bottom of the deck that was saying, don't say anything until you have proof, or until you know exactly what it is that you're talking about, or until you understand what it is that, Spirit is trying to call your attention to. The thing about the Eight of Pentacles, though, is that it talks about like, oh, interesting. It has the word, it talks about silence as well. Hold on, I'm just going to read to you the quote real quick. It says, "The true genius shudders at incompleteness, imperfection, and usually prefers silence to saying the something which is not everything that should be said." So basically it's saying, especially with that other silence card and how I felt like you shouldn't say anything until you have the proof. It's saying, like, pay attention to what's not being said because there's a lie there. That's where the mischief is coming in. And then with the Temperance card, it says, "I intend to put up with nothing that I can put down." So it's like you're not going to put up with the bullshit is kind of how the Temperance card is feeling to me, and you're going to put an end to whatever this mischief is with the Death card. But again, the Death card, if you read the quote, it says, "The boundaries which divide life from death are at best shadowy and vague. Who shall say where the one ends and where the other begins?" So I feel like when it's talking about boundaries in this quote, it's like the boundary between truth and lie. I feel like whatever this mischief is based on these cards, what it's saying is that this lie could be like a lie of omission, right? Pay attention to what's not being said because there's a lie there. And so there's a boundary with that. There is a, it's a crossing of a boundary, or I can't get the word out that I'm trying to think of, but it's a no-no that's happening here. So let's go ahead and get into the pick a card portion of the reading and get some more information for those who are interested, or who are, if this situation pertains to a romantic relationship. We have the song "Everything I Wanted" by Billie Eilish. Oh. Okay, one more. Hi. We'll take that one. Okay. So group 1, group 2, and group 3, go ahead and make your choice now, and I'll pull some tarot cards to get more information. Okay, so for group 1, we have the song "I Ain't Worried" by One Republic. Oh, that card definitely wants to come out. Okay. So looking at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Two of Swords. So you have a choice to make. Ooh, definitely a choice to make with 2 2s, and then a 7 of Pentacles and the Hierophant. Okay, so definitely a choice to make, a choice that's going to balance out a situation, but also you're going to need to be patient. Like, don't rush into this choice is what that 7 of Pentacles is telling me. Use your intuition. Really, really pay attention to how you're feeling intuitively before you make this choice. Okay, so let's see. We've got the 7 of Cups, which is about a choice that needs to be made, and then the Night Owl. Yeah, the Night Owl is one card that I know it has a special meaning, and I can't remember right off the top of my head what that is. So give me a second to get the book. Okay, interesting. Okay, so Pisces, for group 1, if you are talking or, if you chose this group and you are confused, or you have a choice that needs to be made, right? What the night owl says is that the night owl is that thing you already know but won't or can't admit to yourself. It's knowing that something is your fault, or the only way to fix something is to apologize for what you did, or that he isn't right for you. So if this is a relationship, the person isn't right for you, and that's the choice that you need to make. But if this is a situation where you messed up and you need to apologize, you're going to need to apologize. It says, it's a harsh wisdom, but a promise that you already have the tools you need to solve the problem. The night owl cannot be read in reverse, always laying out sideways. When you see it, feel free to deal out one or two more cards to go with it. I do. What thing does it have clutched in its talons, in its beak? It says, there's your fucking answer. Okay, so let's pull another card just to see, because that's what it says to do, right? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull another card from this particular deck. So let's give it a little bit of a shuffle. So let's see. Let's pull one more. Oh, there you go. So we've got the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands talks about like celebration. It's actually a party, right? That's typically what the Four of Wands is representing in the imagery. A lot of people will read it as a marriage card, because the party itself can talk about the wedding itself, not the actual marriage, but the wedding itself, the party, the day of. Maybe that's what this choice is that you need to make. Maybe it has to do with some sort of commitment, especially because this is a romantic situation. Like maybe there's a wedding on the horizon for you and you need to make a choice about it. I don't know your situation better than you do, like you know your situation, but whatever this is, I think once you make this choice, like, because the night owl says you already know the answer, you already know what you need to do to make it right. And once you do that thing, that's when the celebration comes in. That's when there's something to celebrate, or that's when your answer comes in, which is something positive, something happy, something to celebrate. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to group 2. And by the way, just so that you know, group 1, the song Help by Papa Roach was playing for your group, but now we're moving on to group 2. I just felt the need to say that. Okay, so you've got the 8 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. 6 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, Knight of Wands. Actually, I think you've been waiting for communication from someone, and I think that it is coming in probably very quickly. But you're going to have to let go of some grievances that you have, and some, sadness. Like you're going to have to let go of some toxic energy. Probably you may even end up having to walk away from this relationship or situation. But based on these cards, I think you've been waiting to talk to someone about something, and it is going to happen very quickly, but it's going to require you to let go of things that you've been holding on to, probably anger and whatever hurt feelings that you've been holding on to because of the 5 of Swords. And look at your like defensive with this energy here. and sad with this energy here, feeling trapped here, ready to walk away here. But then you've got the Ten of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, right? So it's not it's not positive. It's not bad energy, but it's not completely positive either, is what I'm trying to say. Like, I think the message or the conversation that you've been waiting for, or the interaction that you've been waiting for, is coming. But if you've been waiting for that interaction so that you can do the whole, well, you did this to me or whatever, that's not going to serve you very well. Look at, you've got the Ace of Swords, and then you've got, basically this is the Hierophant card. But I always see it kind of like the Justice card because of the way she's crowning him. You've got the Cupid, pointing an arrow right at the top of the crown of his head, right? So there's like a choice being made here, choosing someone specifically. And the truth of that is what these two cards are talking about. The truth about a choice that was made, where like you can't hold on to the anger and resentment about that really because of these cards, or at least somebody needs to let go of the anger and resentment over a choice that was made previously. So again, take that however it resonates for your situation. We're going to go ahead and move on to group 3. All right, so we have the song Aston Martin music featuring Drake, and I can't read what else it says, but it's by Rick Ross in the background. So we've got the Two of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, Page of Cups, Three of Cups, Three of Pentacles, King of Swords. All positive, very positive energy. Very positive energy. I think there's like something's coming in, probably a message or some information. Something is like balancing a situation out, or there's balance that feels like a very fulfilling, like celebratory energy here. This is collaboration, working together. We've got 2 3s, right? So really trying to compromise and work together. Strategy, wisdom coming through with the King of Swords, as well as the Hermit, because the Hermit does the shadow work needed to know intuitively what's best for them, like to get in touch with their higher self. And then you've got the Empress, who, again, like she's very fertile and abundant. The Death is like transformative energy. You don't see any death depicted here. So this is, the life that comes after death, or the resurrection of something. Although we've got this, okay, so I feel like this Death card is saying it's a renewal or an ending of this feeling of rejection, feeling like there's something missing in your situation. Let's go ahead and look at your tarot cards. Interesting. You've got the Page of Pentacles with the Lone and Level Sands. So this particular card, I mean, it's got the sands in the desert, and like the last time I saw it, I felt it was lonely, but I got to be honest with you, the sun and this red dot at the top of the card are really sticking out to me. There's a vibrancy to it. So, I feel like there's like new life being breathed into a situation, if that's what comes in to balance things out. Again, there's like, it's very fulfilling, emotionally and celebratory, and there's like collaboration again, strategy, wisdom from knowing exactly who you are and what you need and what you want. So maybe there's some sort of resurgence in terms of your relationship coming in. It's like it feels very like the vitality of the sun with that bright red is really standing out for me, even though the desert is barren and dry and probably dusty and inhospitable and uncomfortable. Like I really do feel like this is positive resurgence of energy. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the charms. And by the way, group 3, we have the song Self-Destructor by Chevelle playing in the background. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get some charms. And the way I read this is the way I use the associations for the chakras. So this is the moon, but it also corresponds to the earth star chakra or divine feminine energy. This is the sun, and it corresponds to the soul star chakra or divine masculine energy. Here we have the root chakra, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and crown. And we will go ahead and read the charms according to which section they fall in. So any letters that come out can relate to people, places, or things that are important to your situation. I see that we have the letter A, we have the letter K, and we have the letter O. So the letter K is coming out over the solar plexus and sacral chakra. So this is passionate action that needs to be taken you know, in regards to a person, place, or thing that's attached to the letter K. So you feel very deeply, very passionate about whatever this action is that you are going to take. And it's interesting that we have the symbol for Pisces that's coming out. Oh, and the fish over here, as well as the sign for peace. Okay, so you know, the symbol for Pisces can represent you, but also that's sitting like right over the third eye as well as the solar plexus. So it's saying basically, which is the same thing that the night owl was saying if you chose group 1. Or if you watched that, you heard what was said with the night owl, which is that you already know what you need to do to make a situation right. That confirms it here. Especially with the Venus coming out over the divine feminine as well as the throat chakra. This is like you need to communicate things compassionately with gentleness and love, right? Be nurturing and kind and, you know, easy and loving in the way that you speak. I think that's going to make you very attractive, right? Or it's going to attract to you the peace and the love that you want, especially because this particular charm here is one of the special charms that I put into my box because it belonged to my aunt who passed away several years ago. This happens to be a heart with an angel inside of it. And so when I put this into my charm box, I meant it to represent a special message from someone, a passed on loved one, to send the message of love and support because of the heart and angel in this charm. So more than likely, this is a feminine that has passed on. Could be your aunt, does not need to be. It could just be a feminine energy that's passed on, that's giving you love and support, but is also giving you the message of being loving and supportive to those around you, and how that will attract to you that which you are searching for. And that's reiterated numerous times in your reading here. You do have the letter O attached to it, so maybe you need to speak up or speak up about or speak to a person in regards to something with the letter O attached to it. You've got a piece of red tiger eye with the letter A over the solar plexus chakra. The red tiger eye has to do with like grounding your intentions. Like anytime, tiger eye is a manifestation stone to begin with, but the red of the tiger eye is like, it has to do with, you know, security, right? And grounding. But it's the action that you're taking in regards to a person, place, or thing with the letter A attached to it that is, you need to ground it in reality. Maybe it's something that you've been thinking about and now you need to take action on it. With this particular rune here, okay, so this happens to be the awakening rune, or, you know, the day rune. It's like bringing daylight or sudden clarity to a situation. It came out with the dollar bill. So basically what this is saying, coming out over the root chakra, is saying that it's not, like you have, I feel like it's, you have this fear of, you know, speaking up is going to cost you in some way, or you're going to have some loss, or you're going to lose something if you reach out or you speak up or you make amends or whatever it is. Like you're afraid there's going to be some sort of a loss, or you're going to lose security. And this particular rune here says, like, wake up. Or it's either saying like, wake up, that's not going to happen, or you're going to suddenly have the epiphany of, or the realization of, you know, there's really not a loss to be had here. You're not losing anything, or whatever you do lose is going to be very minimal in nature, because that's only $1 bill. So you're going to spend $1 to gain a bunch of love. That seems like a pretty good trade-off to me, right? So we have a piece of rose quartz here and a piece of rose quartz here. So this is just kind of doubling down on the idea that self-care and grounding yourself and, you know, really tapping into this feeling of security and support and, you know, connected rootedness, right? Like a solid foundation. That's going to come from self-care, right? Really taking care of your own health and well-being. And, you know, with the fish and the peace symbol here, I feel like it's saying have faith, right? Peace is coming. Also, I think your friends and your family can help to bring peace to a situation if you just have faith in them. Like with this energy here, it's saying you can rely on your friends and family for support. Or, you know, something like maybe you feel like you don't have support, and that's the reason you're not able to look after yourself or just to focus on self-care. But self-care is being doubled down on here with the 2 pieces of rose quartz, and the idea of support and peace within the family, or peace that comes from relying on the family for support, is a form of self-care. You have to have faith in them and in their abilities to take up where you cannot, like to fill the gap where you cannot, right? Because I feel like that's the energy that's coming through. Like you need someone to come in and fill the gap so that you can take care of yourself. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and leave that here. I hope that resonates. If it does not, please stick around and maybe another reading for you here on the channel that does. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, hit the notification bell, whatever you can to help me get my channel out there as I'm new here. And we have the song Drunk with My Friends by Nico playing in the background, and I thank you for watching.